All right, today we're diving into an idea that honestly, it could be the breakthrough education has been searching for. Imagine an AI, but its only job is to be a conductor for all the different learning tools a student uses, making them work together to create this perfect personal learning symphony.
And really, it all boils down to this one huge question. Why can't every single student have their own personal tutor? We've known forever that one-on-one tutoring is just the best way to learn. It's the gold standard. But actually giving that to every kid, that's been the impossible dream for EdTech. So, just how much better is it? What's the real difference?
Well, the difference is it's massive. It's something called Bloom's 2 sigma problem. What that means is that students with a personal tutor perform 2 standard deviations better than kids in a normal classroom. Now, to put that in plain English, that's like taking a C-average student and having them suddenly perform in the top 2% of their class. It is a staggering gap, and it's a gap that technology has been trying and failing to close for more than 50 years.
So, what gives? Why haven't we been able to close that gap? Well, to get it, you've got to look at where educational tech is right now. We've got all these amazing, super specialized tools, but they're all part of what you could call a broken orchestra.
See, back in the day, the idea was to build one giant, monolithic system that did everything, the whole shebang. But now, we've shifted to what seems like a much better way of doing things, an ecosystem of specialized, best-of-the-best apps, right? You've got an app for videos, another one for quizzes, one for cool simulations. You get the idea. And on paper, that sounds amazing, but it's created a brand new and really big problem. That problem? Researchers call it the integration gap. Basically, all these fantastic tools are living in their own little worlds. They're in silos. They don't talk to each other. They don't coordinate. There's zero synergy. So the quiz app has no clue that you were just struggling with a concept in the video app. The research paper puts it perfectly. The whole is not greater than the sum of its parts. And you know what? It might even be less.
And this quote from the source material just nails it. It's like having an orchestra full of brilliant, virtuoso musicians. Those are our amazing apps. But each one is playing perfectly from their own sheet of music. The result? It's not a beautiful symphony. It's just a mess of noise, a cacophony. What's missing? You guessed it, a conductor.
Okay, so where do you find a conductor for something like this? This is where the whole story takes a really cool turn. The researchers figured out that the solution, well, it wasn't in education at all. The blueprint was hiding out in a totally different field.
Yep, it's in music. Get this, the big breakthrough, the whole architecture for this thing comes from AI models that were built to generate music. And not just simple tunes, I'm talking complex, multi-track music. We have the piano, the drums, the bass, and they all have to sound good together. It turns out that that problem is, structurally, the exact same problem as getting a tutoring app, a quiz app, and a video app to work together.
And this is the genius of it. The one-to-one mapping is perfect. Think of it like this. In the music AI, every instrument is its own track, right? The piano track, the drum track. Well, in the education AI, every tool is a track. The tutoring track, the assessment track. The AI's skill at creating harmony between instruments, that becomes its ability to coordinate between learning tools. And the way an AI understands musical structure, like a chorus that repeats, that translates directly to understanding teaching patterns, like a mastery loop, where you keep practicing something till you nail it.
Okay, so that's a really cool analogy. But how does it actually work? How do you turn that idea into a real system? Well, let's break down the 3 key things that let this AI actually conduct the orchestra.
First up, any conductor needs sheet music. The AI has to have a universal language so it can read what every tool and the student is doing at all times. The system uses a standard for this called xAPI. Basically, every single thing that happens, whether a student passes a quiz or just pauses a video, gets turned into a simple little 3-part message. Actor, verb, object. So something like, Maria failed quiz 3.2. And every single tool that wants to be in this orchestra has to speak this language.
All right, next, you need the harmony. This is kind of the secret sauce, the AI's magic trick. It uses something called a cross-functional transformer, or CFT for short. Just think of it as the conductor's ears. The CFT is listening to all the tracks, all the different tools, at the exact same time. This is the thing that lets that failed quiz message from the assessment track instantly tell the tutoring track what to do next. It's what makes sure all the tools are reacting together, right now, in real time.
But here's the thing. A conductor also needs to know music theory, right? Otherwise, it's just waving a stick around and making noise. It's the same for the AI. If you just let a normal AI go, it might just find weird statistical patterns and start making crazy suggestions, what we call hallucinations. So to stop that, they give the AI its own music theory, a knowledge graph. This is basically a map that teaches the AI the fundamental rules of learning, like, hey, you have to understand addition before you can do multiplication. This graph gives it guardrails, making sure its decisions always make sense for a student.
So, let's put it all together. What does this actually look like in action? This is where the sheet music, the harmony, and the music theory all come together to create one of these really cool, personalized learning moments.
Okay, let's walk through it. A student feels a quiz. Bam! That one event, that's the sheet music, gets sent straight to the AI. Instantly, the AI's brain updates. Okay, this student is confused. So the AI conductor figures out what to do. It taps its baton and tells the tutoring tool, hey, play this specific hint video. Then, as soon as the video's done, it signals another tool to whip up a new, slightly different quiz on that same topic, just to make sure the student got it. See, it's a dynamic, super fast, coordinated response flowing across different tools, all led by the AI.
And what we're talking about here, this isn't just a slightly better tutoring system. No way. This is a fundamental change in how we even think about building educational technology in the first place.
The official name for this whole idea is Orchestrated Distributed Intelligence, or ODI. It sounds fancy, but all it really means is we're moving away from having a bunch of separate, lonely tools and moving towards a single smart network where everything works together, in concert, for one single student.
And this is a really, really important point. This AI conductor isn't here to replace the human teacher. Not at all. It's here to empower them. Think about it. By letting the AI handle all the super fast, second-by-second decisions of the orchestra, it frees up the human teacher to do what we do best, to be the composer. The teacher gets to be the learning architect, the one designing the big picture, the curriculum, mentoring the students, while the AI takes care of all the tiny details in the background.
And that brings us right back to the beginning. For 50 years, we have been chasing the solution to that 2 sigma problem, trying to figure out how to give every student the massive advantage of a personal tutor. And maybe, just maybe, the answer wasn't to build one single smarter tool. Maybe the answer was to build an AI that knew how to conduct all the amazing tools we already have and make them play in perfect harmony. The symphony of learning? It might just be about to begin.